second thing was experience. I was a youngster, like all of you, and I watched TV as a young boy. And I remember watching Rian Craigach and read the news. I don't know why I ever did that, because I knew the team anyway. But he would say the Springbok team to play against France is as follows. And he would say, Serfontein, Botha, Du Plessis, Michel, Gerber, Dani, Karel, Du Plessis, Raymond. He was English, so he was a quota in those days. And then Johan Jennis. Now, the point I'm making is that that backline played together every Saturday as long as they could play. It didn't matter whether Eric Herbert played well for Northern Free State. It didn't matter whether Scrum-Off for Province played well. The reality was that was going to be the team. And what I want to share with you is this, is I kept picking these players over and over because I knew that experience was going to play the key element of World Cups. And as it stands, the very first test match we played against Ireland at Bloemfontein. And in fact, before I get onto the experience, let me just share the story with you. We played Ireland, and it was my very first test match as a coach, and I had to come up with something where I thought the players would give me a little bit of respect in terms of working out a strategy. And you've got to win them over. So I said to the team, listen, what we're going to do is we're going to leave a massive gap down the blind side. And Buckies, you're going to act as though you don't see that gap, but you know it's there. And when Stringer, their scrum off, he's that bald, cocky guy. Well, they're all cocky, but he's the bald guy. I said, when he gets the ball, Bucks, and he sees there's a gap, he's going to run down the blind side. And then what I want you to do is I want you to moor him. So he said, no, that's fine, coach. So we set the move up, and we left this massive gap down the blind side. Stringer looked up, he saw it, he went down the blind side, and as he was halfway through the gap, Buckies grabbed him by the collar and by the pants and ran with him towards the open stands in Bloemfontein. And the only thing that made Bucky stop was that there was a board there. So he realized that he better push him into the crowd, you know. Anyway, he cornered him into the stands, you know, into the ball boards, and pushed his head down into the ground and said to him, if you come down the blind side, I'm going to moor you. And then as he got up, he pushed his head back into the ground again, and he jumped up, you know. And Bucky's not usually like that, so it was completely out of character. And obviously, Stringer gets up and runs up to the referee now, and he says to the referee, did you see that? He said, yep. He said, and did you hear what he said? He said, yep. He said, what are you going to do about it? He said, I'm going to tell you not to go down the blind side. Anyway, what I want to get back to the point is of experience. In that very first test match, Brayton played on the wing. He had 60 test matches, and Os played, he had 40 test matches, 40 odd. So between them, they had 100 test matches, two guys. The rest of the team only had a total of 175 in total. So you can imagine, the rest of the team had 75. Now, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to work it out. The guy who's involved in security in year 10 is much better than the guy who's been involved in security in year 1. Why? Because he learned that certain things work like that. We get the Rugby World Cup final 4 years later, get Monet du Plessis to hand the jerseys out, 649 test caps. Now you do your own arithmetic. A team starting 4 years, 175 test caps. A team playing in the World Cup final, 649 test caps. The most capped team of all time. Not South Africa. Most capped team at World Cups of all time. The most capped Springbok team of all time. And obviously now the most successful team of all time. So what I'm saying is that loyalty and experience were the second things that are very important. And these are very big principles for business as well. Is that it's good to be loyal when people are struggling, not to be loyal when they're winning. The third thing is leadership. Now, you look at those billboards around the world, and you see Eels, McQueen, and you see Johnson and Woodward, and you see Christie and Pienaar. And the reality is they got captains and coaches that have relationships. Now, I knew John at 8, he was at Pretoria Boys High, and the reason he went there is he couldn't get into JP because we had entrance exams. And, you coached for 5 days. And coaches get fired in this country. In fact, when I met Nick for the first time, when I got the job, Nick said, remember, Jake, there's two kinds of coaches in South Africa, ones that have been fired and ones that will be fired. And why I'm saying that is, then you have to have unbelievable trust in your captain. Because you coach for 5 days, you give the team to that guy on a Saturday, and he has to go and enact whatever you've prepared for the week. If he doesn't do it and you lose, you get fired. So you've got to make sure that that guy believes in everything you believe in as a coach. So that's the first thing about leadership, and how lucky I was to have a captain and a leader, from my point of view. The other thing is, he captained black guys, colored guys, English guys, Afrikaans guys, and not once did you ever have off-the-field tensions. You never once in your life read in 4 years that there was off-the-field shenanigans, which meant that he had some sort of ability to bring the best out of all those people. And again, that's a massive contributing factor to the success of Springboks, especially in the country that we live in. So I was very, very lucky that I had a captain like John, because of the fact that he had to enact all the stuff that we had been planning. And while I've got your attention, let me just explain to you. On a Monday night, between 8:30 and 9, they've got very clever guys on Channel 35. They've got hell of a clever guys on a Thursday night on SuperSport. And I want to share this with you while you're listening as rugby people. When I hear that cuck come out of that mouth of those people saying, why didn't the captain change the game plan? Then I want to explain to you that if you as a business decide that in 2008 your strategy is X, and you get to July and you decide halfway through that year you want to change your strategy, you've done one thing wrong. You haven't prepared your strategy properly in the beginning of 2008. So in the same context of rugby, I had a captain that believed in what we believed in together. And when we lost, it wasn't because we didn't play well enough. It was because the analysis and the decisions we made in the beginning of the week were incorrect. So when you hear these clever people on TV saying, why doesn't the captain change the game plan? If you've decided to kick everything that Saturday, and you've decided to target number 13 on attack and make sure that you don't leave holes on the blind side on defense, you can't in 10 minutes at half-time decide you're not going to kick anymore and you're not going to run at 13 and you're going to make sure there's no one on the blind side. It's impossible because it takes you 5 days to prepare it. How in 10 minutes are you going to be able to change it? So, again, I stress that you have to have a captain that is going to take the heat with you as well when the results don't go that way as well. So, point number 3 for me was leadership.